Hi guys, so I want to make some color pens today. The only watercolors that I have in tubes are the ones from Arteza. So yes, I know these are it is already a bunch of colors, but there is this girl on Instagram. Her Instagram name is Queen's Arte. So I'm gonna put her Instagram name in the description, so check her out. The thing that she does is she mixes the colors, and those are so nice. So she always shows in her videos what colors she used to get a specific color. So I know the pigments are not the same and the stuff, and she actually does not say the pigment or anything. She just says she used the yellow or green or crimson or something or stuff like that, and she mixes the colors, so there is not an exact ratio. So I will have to try that out, but there are some really nice colors that she mixed, and I want to try that out. So I will be, as I said, be using my Arteza watercolors, which I still did not swatch here, so I do have to make a swatch of these. I'm gonna try and make skin shades. As I said, this is all from Queen's Arte, so check her Instagram. And I have, this is the white, then we have the yellow ochre and burnt sienna. So I need like a lot of this one, the white, then a little bit of yellow ochre. Maybe it's too much, it could be too much. Yeah, I think it's too much. And a little bit of this one. So I will just put this down here because I will need it later. This is just too much, so let's just take half of it. Okay, so let's mix these ones. I think I still have too much of the yellow. Yep, definitely too much. So this is more like a middle tone now. I should probably buy the white. Yeah, I will buy a separate white tube, because this is just going to be, I will need a lot of white to mix all of these colors that I want. Yeah, and I'm not really able to pick up everything from here. So I will waste some of the color. So for the white brighter one, there was supposed to be much more of the white. And even less of the brown. So now let's mix these ones. Sorry, that's not brown, that's burnt sienna. I need definitely more of the white. I think I'm gonna buy a tube of white. Yes, that's what I'm gonna do. Or maybe I do have it somewhere, I have to check it. What kind of color did we get here? So when I use some water, this is a nice color. This is a nice skin color. And the other one, just have to be careful not to take this part. This is a darker tone, also really nice. So yeah, I like this. I do like this. So my intention was actually to mix the colors, to put them here inside, and then just to close this up. But I need to find another white. So unfortunately, I forgot to press the record button when I started mixing this green color. I also went and searched through my house if I'm able to find somewhere something that looks like pens for the watercolors, because the box that I was using for the first two colors, it just didn't, it was too big. It was too big for the amount of the colors that I was mixing. So at the end I found a really nice cool box, and this is actually from my eyeshadows, and those eyeshadows were like really old. I just took them out, wiped this container, and just put the colors inside, and they actually looked really nice there. So I continued that with all the other colors that I did. What I also did was, because I noticed I needed a lot of white watercolor, so I searched again through my house. Yes, I have a lot of stuff everywhere, and I found a really big tube of white tempera color. Yes, tempera and watercolor are different because they do use different binders, but this was just an experiment. I wanted to see what I can achieve with it, and you will see later in the video what is the difference when you are mixing tempera with watercolor and when you are mixing only watercolors. This coral color was so nice, and all the other colors that I mixed, I really liked them a lot. The biggest problem I had was actually with mixing these brown colors, because I did not have the right hue of the yellow color. Brown did not turn out the way that I wanted, or did not turn out as the color that I wanted to have. But yeah, I was mixing and adding a little bit of this and that, so not really sure if I can even write all the ingredients for this brown. So I will put some music now until I finish all of this mixing, and then I will tell you what was the biggest problem with these pens and what happened, why, and how did it go wrong like that. Arteza watercolors, so without water, just the color from the tube. I've mixed them to create some other colors, and then I've put them into these pens. And what I noticed one day later is that those ones where I only had Arteza watercolors, they all broke. So as you can see here, the pens, or how you want to call them, they are not whole, so everything fell apart, as you can see here, which actually should not really happen, but it did happen. So if you want to take this color out and put it in the pan, it will probably break just like this. There are some other colors here which you can see. So it's this one, this one, this one, and this one, which did not break, or just a tiny bit here on the side. It's because I did not use the white Arteza watercolor. I used tempera. So this is also water soluble. It is different from watercolors. It uses some different binders inside. So I suppose because of that binder that is here, that's why these pens did not break apart. But right now I'm just gonna do a swatch of these colors, even though they did break, as you can see. So even though these pens were all cracked, I was still able to pick up the color. But yes, it is quite difficult because there are a lot of these small parts which are just going around, and you have to dissolve them with the water. So it is a problem. So I'm not quite sure how to solve that. Maybe with adding some binder. I did read on a couple of pages that you can add honey, but I'm not sure if I really read that right. So I will have to search a little bit more, because I never added any binder anywhere or anything, so I have no clue, no idea how that works. But I suppose that these Arteza watercolors from the tubes, they do need some additional binder if you do want to take them out and put them into your pens. So if you remember, as I said before, for the colors that did not crack, I actually used tempera white instead of watercolor white. And now when I'm swatching these colors, you will see the difference. So if you look at on the left row, you see how the color, the darker part mixes with the brighter part. So the color and the water just moves and interacts. If you look at the colors on the right side, in the right row, these colors do not really mix. So there is like a clear separation line between the brighter parts and the darker parts. And I think that is because I was using the tempera, which is more opaque, and it is not like, yeah, it's not just identical to watercolor. So even though the mixing in the pans did not work the way I wanted it, I think the end colors are really nice. Maybe I will also mix some other colors in the next video, and maybe try to find a solution for these cracking Arteza watercolors. So again, thank you for watching. I hope you had fun. Subscribe and see you next time. Bye!